So this is episode 5. Let's see how this works. So what I've done now is I'm directly, for anyone that is actually interested in this, I'm doing it from my iPhone, what is it, 10s. Plug the DJI Mic 2 receiver directly into the phone. Mic is here, and then actually I'm using my watch, which I think this is a Series 4, just to make sure that I can press record and see that I'm in the shot. So instead of using my laptop or using a phone or whatever, I'm trying to see what this looks like, to see if I can, do this in one stint and then throw it into, I use Riverside FM for the editing and publishing of stuff. But yeah, so this is episode 5 of the series of 100 videos to see if I can practice and perfect the audio, the lighting, the sound, maybe even just the ease of how to make it as simple and as relaxing as possible. So Dan challenged me. So I do a podcast with my brother called Dan over at Don't Be a Doorstop, and he challenged me to do more video content. So instead of picking a topic, because I thought that I quite like to think about different things and discuss different things, I thought actually I'll do the task of doing 100 videos, sort of playlist, so then you can see the progression, or myself can see the progression of hopefully the video content. So last week I trialled the iPad with the front facing camera, so the video quality wasn't as good. But again, it was just a trial and test, so I can see the screen. But in this case, I can see the screen with my watch, which is definitely handy for that. Yeah, so this series it's easy to set up a camera and it's easy to create content. But one thing I've noticed is instantly, just before you're about to do something, particularly when you're doing just a video on yourself, it is really difficult to know, unless you've got a topic or a bit of a bullet points / script, I guess, for some people in mind. It's really difficult to be like, actually a lot's happened in the week, in the month or whatever, that you're like, I'm sure I've got a lot to say. Actually, when you sit down to do it, it's actually really difficult to come up with a thing off the top of your head. So I guess now I've sort of trialed the video, I've trialed the audio, I've got a nice movable seat so I could take it indoors and outdoors, so that's sorted. So I guess this is a bit of maybe a bit more of a planning content, as I know I find it difficult. So maybe I should just talk about different ideas of what I've got to do. So what I'm thinking of trying to do moving forward is maybe in my notes app, write down every time either a story happens or a thought that I know is thought-provoking, either for others or starts a conversation. So what I'll try and do through the week is write mini stories of what I'll get up to. I'll write mini quotes or thoughts or discussion points to add. And then hopefully I can just, maybe it might be a little bit of a review of the week of what's gone on. Because I know a lot's gone on last week. I've been able to meet up with some potential clients. So one that's a streamer that is it's a really exciting idea of working with him, and one that is a campsite over in Mole direction. Again, two really interesting things that I might be able to do videos, sort of vlogging, maybe working with them or doing something alongside that, because that would be quite cool. Plus, a lot has happened over the time. Yes, and then moving into the week, so I guess what would be this? So today is a Thursday. I tend to record these on a Monday or Tuesday, so it might be a short turnover unless I leave it a whole week. But this week we're going to Nottingham, so I'll be seeing my eldest brother, which is really exciting, and his wife. And then we have a wedding to go to tomorrow, which is Megan's cousin, so my wife's cousin. So I'm sure we'll have stories from the journey, enjoying it out there. I'm getting a new product. I feel like a drum roll needs to happen. I'm getting a new product to help me build my business, that I might do a unboxing that I'll hopefully be getting on the Sunday. So that's pretty exciting. I'll keep that hush hush, so anyone that is interested will look forward to that video ahead. So I guess it's planning your content. So For a lot of people, we tend to have ideas like myself, but then if you're spontaneous and not so much of a planner, it's quite difficult to, I guess, script out what you're doing. I think I tend to struggle with scripts, because being dyslexic, reading something off a piece of paper in front of a camera, or equally if I'm doing a presentation or something, the pressure of reading it and getting it right increases. So I find it really difficult. So I much prefer bullet points with the least amount of writing possible, or just going in knowing roughly what topic I'm going to be talking on and trusting that I will just share whatever's gone on, particularly in my life, in that moment. And I guess moving forward is, how can I keep that to the bare minimum, that I don't have a script of everything I've done within the week. So what I might trial is, if it's a bullet point, I might keep it on the notes. If it's slightly longer than a bullet point, what I might do is voice note it. So I'll sort of voice note my thoughts on a topic, and then when I listen back to it, I can just pick out one or two words that stand out, or one or two topics that stand out, depending on how big it is. So I guess this is me holding myself accountable of, actually, how do I bring a little bit more structure to knowing what to say, knowing what to do via the camera, and just sharing my journey in doing that. So yeah, hopefully I'll be writing notes about what's going on, what's my thoughts on different topics, and then I guess next week might be talking about how it's gone on, or if the topic is more interesting and more structured, then you can tell it is gone well, which is useful. So yeah, this is, I guess, a check-in video and a challenge for myself more than anything, regarding how can I improve the structure of the content distributing, rather than just turning on mic and carrying on. I think it's a lot easier to do that, particularly when we do Don't Be a Doorstop, because there's two of us to bounce off, or if there's a group, it's a lot easier because multiple people are thinking different things, and it might remind yourself of a story. But I think starting with a blank page, as sometimes we all struggle with, either from a design point of view or writer's block, or recorder's block in this regard, I think it's sort of challenging myself of going, okay, now I've done a couple of videos, some I've come with a topic, some that I haven't and figured out along the way. Is how can I increase the consistency within bringing a certain topic, keeping it within frame, shooting it hopefully trial and error from the last 4 going into 5. I'll hopefully find out a system that works. I might try and change the backdrop, maybe sit outside for a change, do a couple of different things, see what works, see what sticks. I tended not to do outside just because I know, being in North Wales, it tends to change weather, so I don't want it to rain all over my gear. But maybe going into late July, early August, you never know, we might get some sunshine and clear weather that's a bit more consistent. But we'll see how that all runs, and hopefully this is all recorded. Bye for now.